This man's a hero.
So, are you surprised?
He is a hero to the justice system, and he is my hero.
Hey, let's.
Peace. This is King Messiah. 3 things I want you to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, and hit the bell notification. Double salute.
Can I ask a
longest
question?
running criminal
Sure.
trial now over. I mean, the fact that it ended in not guilty verdict seems like a waste of time for the state. All that money.
All of that money on a case that never should have been brought. The resources that have been expended on this case could have gone to so many other things. I mean, I can't even begin to imagine all the good that they could have done with the money that they burned on this case.
Sorry to make you repeat yourself, but again, just your emotions. You get in that courtroom today when you heard the verdict. Take us through.
You know, I want to say I was shocked, but I was expecting that this is what they would come up with. When they spent the time to look at all that evidence, I mean, I just knew they were going to come out here. You always worry because I'm a worrier, but oh my gosh, I don't know. I haven't really processed it all yet. I hadn't processed it all
What's
yet.
next for your client? Will he be released today, or how does this work?
It won't be today. He's got a few little jail charges we got to take care of, and then he'll be getting out of here and getting on with his life.
What's his plan after this?
His plan? His plan is to return to his family and his music and what he loves and performing for all his fans. That's his plan.
Tasha, you could barely, stand right now. How do you, what's going through your emotions?
Damn good! I feel good.
What did you think, though, when you were in there? And you said,
I didn't even hear it. I was shaking. I didn't even hear it.
So proud of Tasha
I didn't
Kendrick.
hear it.
Let me tell you,
I've been in this
woman
every
from
day.
day one,
Every day.
day one,
Every day.
has been our
day
hero.
in, day out. I've been a foot soldier, 10 toes down.
Every
standing
day she
like a
showed up
tree
for 2
with
years.
my son, standing on business, all the prayer warriors all over the world. Everywhere has been countless sending me love and support from my son. I'm thankful for Doug, who was like a mother, a brother. He was an advocate. I'm thankful to the jury. I'm thankful for the verdict. Not guilty! Yes.
Oh, I got to say this. Everybody out there in Atlanta, across the country, across the world, that has
Everybody
supported
in the world
us, that has
who support us in prayers,
sent love and prayers, and I showed that to Diamante throughout this trial. Everybody out there
Who
needs
sent
to
some
know
birthday wishes.
that kept him going.
It kept him going.
You want a piece of
That
this?
gave him the energy and the spirit and the love to
No.
keep going through all of this. Also, the lawyers out there across the city and the state and the country that reached out to help me, send me case law, help with all these issues, the recusal, everything else. All of it was invaluable. So this was not my effort, myself working with Jay and Katie. It wasn't just the 3 of us. We had a
Countless
nation
of love.
of social
Nation,
media
the world.
and lawyers
We
working on
appreciate
this.
the
What else
world.
did you
The
learn
world.
What else did you learn from the jurors when you talked to them? What else they told you?
What else I learned from the jurors? Because this trial was too long, too much for them to process, too much information, that all these little extraneous things like that ridiculousness that they spent a month on with a car going over a ledge, running into a dry cleaner. They were like, why are, and it was exactly what I was thinking. The jurors were thinking, why are we here through this? Who are these people? Why are they talking to us about this? It's because they were trying to gin something together. It's because, like Jay App said in his opening, they're going to throw everything against the wall and see what would stick, and it was a giant nothing burger.
I don't want to steal Doug's thunder, because I got to say, Doug is 1,000% responsible for this not guilty verdict. But in opening argument, one of the things I argued, and at the bond hearing for our client 2.5 years ago, one of the things I argued, and I think it's a very important message for the community in Atlanta, is that there are millions of inner city kids who are underprivileged and looking for a better way to live their lives with hope through artistry and music and entertainment. And Atlanta had become such a great hub for that industry. And the state tried and failed to quash those kids' dreams, to say, if you go out and you express yourself through rap or movies or poetry or any kind of entertainment, we're going to prosecute you and lock you up. That was the message that Ms. Willis's office tried to send, to squash the First Amendment, to squash our clients and every kid in Atlanta's hopes and dreams for free speech and artistry. And today is a victory for those children who are out there trying to make better lives for themselves, trying to lift themselves up, do better for our community, do better for Atlanta, do better for the state of Georgia through music and through beautiful, incredible entertainment. And I want to say on behalf of Mr. Weinstein, because he did all the heavy lifting here,
Oh my
that
God, Lord.
those kids have hope. Those kids can lead and live a better life because they know that freedom rings. And freedom rings loud.
Let's hope. Wait, one last thing. Let's hope that the state, not just the state of Georgia, not just this DA's office, stops using artists' lyrics against them. We need to pass the Rap Act in Congress to protect the entire country. We need a Georgia Rap Act, and we need to get moving on it now. Just because this trial is over, this fight for the Rap Act should not stop. It should start, it should be ignited. And the DA's office here should stop using people's lyrics against them, and they only use lyrics against people of color. And that is what I said in my closing, and that is the God's honest truth. Let's cut that stuff out right now.
What are those 3 felony charges they're facing? Kendrick still faces.
There's some minor things he picked up in the jail I'm not concerned about.
Was anything related to stabbing over the weekend?
No charges related to the stabbing.
Do you,
I'm sorry,
do you
George, go
think
ahead.
this jury would have acquitted Young Thug?
Yes, I do. I do.
I think given my conversation with the jurors that I just had, I think they probably would have. But that does not mean, let's make something clear, that doesn't mean that Jeffrey Williams made the wrong decision in doing what he did. And don't criticize him for it. Every defendant has to make that choice for themselves. It's not a choice their lawyer can make. It's not a choice you can make. It's not a choice the public can make. This is a very high-risk thing.
Yeah, but
so I totally respect what Jeffrey Williams did, but he would have been acquitted.
But let me say one big difference between our client and Mr. Williams. Our client was given a dozen different opportunities throughout the last 2.5 years to plead guilty and take a deal. Let me say one big difference between our client and Mr. Williams. Our client was given a dozen different opportunities throughout the last 2.5 years to plead guilty and take a deal. And every single time we approached him, he shut it down. He told us no. He told us no, against even sometimes our own legal advice. He said, I am brave Yak Gotti. I am brave. I am Diamante Kendrick, and I will fight this to the end because I did nothing wrong. And he is the true hero because he made us fight for him, and we did. And his fortitude and Tasha's fortitude and their unwillingness to give up at any moment is what carried us to this day.
And this DA's office used his song, his rap, Take It to Trial against him, and Diamante took it to trial and showed the DA's office what they can do with that lyric.
You have it. We want to say much respect to attorney Doug Weinstein, the attorney for Yak Gotti. He was able to secure a victory. This is just a victory lap. It's a beautiful sight. In our culture, you know, it is an example of why we need advocates and allies. And if you truly care about, you know, underprivileged people, and if you truly care about disadvantaged people, you would be more like Doug Weinstein. The duality of this case is there were black prosecutors, black judges that were doing things that pretty much it was robbing young black men of their human rights. And it took Doug Weinstein, Max Shard, it took Brian Steele, it took a group of Avengers, a group of lawyers who appeared like the Avengers to basically save these young black men's lives. And this is a beautiful ending to a story that is still continuing because there are other defendants fighting. So this was the end of this chapter. What do you think? I want you to leave it in the comment section. It's a beautiful sight to see a mother and a son reunited. It's a beautiful thing. Like they said, they tried to use his lyrics against him. We have to push the Rap Act. You know, the Rap Act will be pushed and will be passed under Trump. Let's continue to stay strong. Hey, peace and blessings.